Hello, everyone. Donna Miller from C3 Workplace here. And I would like to spend a few minutes talking to you about leveraging your time to grow your business. Here at C3, we help companies start and grow by providing space, back office support, and all kinds of education. Over the last 20 plus years, we've helped well over 2,000 companies to start and grow. So we know a little bit about leveraging your time, and I built the organization here. So we often have clients come to us because they've started their business, things are going well, and all of a sudden they can't handle what's on their plate, and they are struggling with how to scale their business, how to grow their business, and to not be working a ridiculous number of hours. The truth is, you started your business to be great at what it is you do, whether you're a lawyer, a website designer, but chances are you didn't realize how much other stuff, perhaps you want to call it administrivia, there would be to growing your business. So this is going to be a mini version of a lunch and learn that we do, and you can visit our website to learn more about that. So first of all, when you think about starting to leverage your time to grow your business, you have to know your numbers. Now, your numbers are a couple of things. Obviously, there are your finances, and I'll come back to that in a little bit. But the numbers I'm specifically talking about is time tracking. Everyone cringes when I say time tracking, but the reality is, unless you know how you're spending your time, how do you know what you should delegate? So we encourage people to track their time over a week or two to get a sense of categorizing their tasks into three areas. What are the things you know you should not be doing? Maybe that's the trip to the bank. Maybe that's entering cards in a database. What are the things that you would like to delegate, but they require a little bit of training? Maybe that's some project management. Maybe that's some research. And then the third part is the things that you will never delegate. Those are the things that you bring to the table that will drive your organization forward. So you've got those three categories, and track your time over a couple of weeks. What ends up happening from that is, A, it's typically an eye-opener. People say, oh, it doesn't take me very long to do my invoicing. Well, in my experience, if you track your time, you will probably be surprised at how much time it actually does take you. So, A, you're going to have data to understand how you're spending your time, and B, you have now created the foundation for a job description. So in other words, all those tasks that you need to delegate or you want to teach someone to delegate become the foundation for what's the skill set I need to bring on board. Now, the second part of your numbers is finances. The truth is, you can't get help without paying for it in some way. So I always encourage people, when you're thinking about bringing your first hire on, you can certainly think part-time, you can think outsourced, you can think Elance or anything like that. But the truth is, you're going to need to have some money. You're going to have to think about, what am I willing to invest? And don't think of this as an expense. If you're going to bring someone on to help you leverage your time, I want you to think of it in terms of an investment. If I invest $1,000 a month in bringing someone in to help me, how am I going to help make that produce $3,000 a month or $5,000 a month? What are they going to take off of my desk that's going to give me more revenue producing time? So the numbers are both around the time that you're doing things and creating a reserve so that you can make this investment. So you know what you want to delegate, you have a sense of how much you can spend. Look at the tasks that you have and organize them by skill set. Some things are easily outsourced, some things not necessarily. Have a process for bringing people on board. Your process for bringing people on board starts with your values. What is the company's mission, values, vision? What do you stand for? Where are you going? And what do you do? The truth is, you need to get clear on your values, because anyone you're going to bring on has to share your values. I am so a believer in this, and I've seen it transform the culture of my company. Even if they're a vendor, if they don't share your values, don't work with them. So that becomes a barometer for all that you do. You create a job description. You have a standard way of interviewing people. Maybe you do video interviews and you ask the same questions. Ask behaviorally oriented questions. Create an apples to apples process for creating more data around how this person ranks compared to what you're looking for. You must hire the person to fill the position. Do not hire a person and figure out what they're going to do. I've seen this happen so many times. My friend's daughter is home from college. You know, that could work, but in my experience, more often than not, it does not work. Once you bring someone on board, it's communicate, communicate, and then communicate some more. Have a process for delegation where you start small. So in other words, until you really understand how someone works, you're going to want to have them research and report. Then maybe you have them research, report, and recommend. But in the beginning, no matter who you're hiring, at what level, it's not a terrible idea to assume nothing and check everything. Create checkpoints, create communication. So ultimately, what you're able to do is to figure out what you're doing that you need to get off your table. Who are you going to give that to? Bringing someone on board with a process for screening and also having a process for onboarding them. The other truth is when you bring on someone new, especially if it's your first hire, whether it's a part-time employee in your house, in your office, or whether it's someone you outsource to, it's going to take some of your time. The other thing is consider documenting your procedures as you go along, and that will help. So I hope that we've given you a couple of insights here that you can take away and start to think about how you will leverage your time to grow your business. We can help here at C3. We typically, what we do is when we have someone who comes to us that's kind of overwhelmed and doesn't know what to do, we talk about where they're at, where they're trying to go, and what does that gap look like, and do we have a way that we can help them? It might be that we provide some support, some bookkeeping. It might be that we help them hire someone. There's a number of different ways to go. And it might be that we're not the right solution. And we're going to say, no, you really need a marketing company and go in this direction. So we're happy to continue to be your small business resource to help you grow your business. So again, thanks for joining us today for this episode of our video blog. Again, I'm Donna Miller at C3 Workplace. You can email me, Donna at C3, or visit us on the web at c3workplace.com. Thanks so much, and we hope that you will leverage your time and grow your business. And again, check our website for information on a longer version of this that we will do via both Lunch and Learn and webinar. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.